Now, if you see, do you see this? You can see the name on the right side in the outliner. It is brown. What I have selected is brown, and other things we can just hide it. Press Shift H and then hide it. So only ground is there. Okay, fine. But in the middle, we want to see a house. We want to have a house. We are going to build it. But for that, no. If everywhere, all over this grasses should not be there. Some gap should be there where we can place the floor, cement floor, walls, roof, all that. So we need a we need a space inside that grass field where there won't be any grass, only walls, and will be without any grass. Yeah? So for that, what we should do is, so this particles is calculating wherever there is this ground mesh, wherever there's this ground mesh, no, there and all the um, this particles will be there. There is this hair will be sorry, grass field will be there. If I just extend it, no, the grass will be there. There also grass will be there. See here also, yeah. So what we have to do, we have to crop it. How? I will tell you. There is, I'm switching on the cement floor. You can see that. If you want, I will show in different colors. See, you can see this is floor where we are going to build the house. Cement floor. This is grass field. So here in this place, the grass field should not be there. So we have to crop it. How? I'll tell you. We came to know that wherever there is an absence of uh, faces mesh inside the grass field object, there won't be grass. So how to do that, I will tell you. See, control R, here I'm adding, and then here also I'm adding, here this side also I'm adding, and then here. Now in the middle also I want to add. Now let me adjust exactly to this borders. It should be in contact with the border of the cement floor. Right. And this side also. Now you guess what I am going to do. See, what I am going to do is, here also I should add. Right. Here also I should add. Right. Now I will hide the cement floor. See, only those places where the cement floor will be, those faces I am going to delete. See, yeah. See, now this place is empty, right? Now if I just switch on the particles here, only those places are filled with grasses. Yeah. So this is what we are doing. So for that, what we had to do, we had to add loops. That is, we had to add cuts, edges. We had to add, and then so that after this, it's a kind of partitioning. Okay, we are adding more cuts, and then in between we are just some faces we are deleting off, so that their grasses won't be there. Now we can, yeah, we can now build the cement floor on. That is, we can keep the cement floor on that. There we can keep the houses like that. So now what we will be doing is this. That is for safety. I'll just go into particles and reduce the particles to 1000 or something for now. Otherwise, no, it may crash. Right. Now this wall, I'm just loading and then scaling it down, and 90 degrees. Go to top view. Just quick assembly. It's called assembly. Yeah, yeah. So go there and keep it in the front view. and keeping it on the top. There is a cement floor. You can see that. If you want, we can hide the particles in this during the scene. Uh, Fine. Now go into edit mode and then select this guy. Stretching to this level, and this side also to this level. Right? Duplicate. So back side also just duplicate it and keep it. Go to top view and go to back side view. So front wall also we have to do same thing. We'll duplicate and then keep it like this. But only thing, the door will come here. So we have to just modify this size of the hole so that it will look like a door. Yeah. Only thing, everywhere there is this hole, it's okay. Hmm? Right. So we are doing this only for camera movement, okay, not for when you are doing for texturing and all, you can do privately, you can do, but for camera movement we need to have some set. So for that one we are doing right now pins, pins also should be okay. So in the top view, so I'm rotating it. Right. Now we can increase the counts and then duplicate it and keep it this side. And this side also we can do the same thing. So in between we need some gap that we will do later. We just have to delete some cases, that's all. Now we have the roof ready. So just let's launch the roof. Go to side view, keep the roof. here in the front we need to just model some object. So we have done the roof also. Okay. So I think we did the okay. I think in some other file it is because we did a window. I I think you remember like this we did right. That is for window. We used the same walls. Um, walls faces only we used. Side faces. We selected these side faces. See, only these side faces I have selected. You can see here. And what I did is, this is for windows, the border, no? Windows border, some wooden border will be there. For that, to make that, we need not create a add mesh cube and then place it there. All that we need not do. From the window walls only, we can just duplicate the faces. See, I'm duplicating, Shift D, and then press E in the keyboard, separate the selection. Yeah, it is now a separate selection. See? Okay. So this one, origin to geometry. So this is now a separate object. We have got it. Now let's build on this one only. Now select this side and this side. Um, Extrude and then scale this. See, like this we have to scale it and uh, model this. So if you see this Windows border, see how it is. Yeah, yeah, it's frame. Yeah, frame. Correct. So and then we have to fill this one by selecting this border and this border. Go to edge, bridge edge loops. So it has got filled. Right now, so this is how it is. So everywhere you can just because It's all same size. You can just duplicate it and then keep it there. Um, I want to tell you about the camera. How, what is camera in Blender? Huh? So yeah. Now let me save this file and send this file. You can actually previous file you need not handle actually. This one only you can handle. But you see on the right side things, no, what you are seeing, cement floor, so many objects are there, no. Managing this is very important when you are doing by your own, not in the company but inside the house, no, for your YouTube or whatever. Even there you have to manage this outliner. It's very important, like how you're, yeah, how you're managing your my computer folders. You're not just you're putting all the files open, no, in D drive or whatever. So you're putting some folders. If you have songs, some set of songs you have, you will create a folder, songs folder, and then you keep it. If it is video, video folder, and then you keep it. So same way here also, uh, you should segregate, like floors are there, cubes. So all these things, if roof related things, you should put in a separate collection. See, I am selecting those objects which are pertaining to the roof system. I am selecting those objects and then pressing M in the keyboard, M for collection, creating a new collection. M. So I am pressing M and then new collection and just naming it as roof collection, like that. Huh? Okay, yeah. So now it is under roof collection. Now if I want to hide the roof, no, I just have to press, take my cursor to this icon in the outliner, press shift and then hide it. Entire roof will get hidden. Huh? Right. Now walls. So I will select those walls and then I will press again M, new collection, walls, press enter. Right. Now walls collection it is over. Now what we have is this floor and then fencing we have. So all those fencing into one collection. Fence COLLCN, some short form word. Okay, and that also. Now what we have balance is this ground and then floor. So maybe those things we can have, uh, they can be there separate only. Huh? So now you see how outliner has become so short, easy to deal with. If I want to see only the roof, I can just take my cursor to the eye icon in the outliner of the roof collection and then press hold the shift and then just left click, all the roof items will be shown, like that for other collections also. So this managing the folders, managing the collections, we should cultivate that habit. Right. Now I will unhide everything. Now we are going to uh, make a set up the camera first. Before that, we have to see what is camera in Blender. So camera is already there. If you want to take a camera, create a new camera. Suppose if I had deleted or someone has deleted the camera in the Blender, or you yourself had deleted, you can go to this in object mode, add camera. Huh? Yeah, I'm taking a camera. Now, why we have to fix a camera? Because in Blender it doesn't render the perspective, it renders only the camera. We have to render the camera. That is, the nature of the camera is perspective. Okay, but we have to create the camera. See, if I suppose if I don't create the camera, see how it happens. I'm pressing 0, that is for camera angle. If I press a 0, it won't, nothing will happen. Though I have a camera, something similar to camera angle only. See, it's a perspective, it's a camera. It is not like top, front, right and all. It is a camera view only, what I am seeing. This is user perspective, is a camera view only. But still, it is not for presentation. It's not for rendering. Huh? So what we have to create a camera. Okay. Now I am going to add and create again the camera. Right. Now if you want to name the camera with something else, camera like long shot, like that. Long shot. So now where is the camera? Maybe we have hidden it. See, sometimes no, you're watching, right? So here, yeah. So here in the first icon, you see selectability and visibility. You have everything there listed. So if you want to unhide anything, you can unhide there, or hide anything, hide there. See, now I'm going to unhide it. Now let me select where, let me find out where the camera is. Always whenever we create anything from the mesh or camera, light or anything, no, it will come in the world center only. See this 3D space center only. So from there we have to just move it and keep it wherever we want. If you want, you can scale it also, because it doesn't make any difference. If you scale it, lens may get affected. No, nothing like that. Right now, another thing is we have to switch to local, so that you see the camera is bit rotated, and the global, when it is in global mode in the transform orientation, it is, this axle is straight but the camera geometry is slanting, so it should not be like that. It should be in local, so that the axle of the camera also will be parallel to its geometry. Right. Now it will be easy for you to move it and keep it somewhere wherever you want. So long shot we have named it, so let it be a long shot. Now I have kept it. Now I want to see the camera view. I am seeing the camera and the object, but I want to see the cameras, how from the camera, if this, from this camera if I see how it will look. So the camera's point of view I want to see. So how to see that? How to see that? Press 0 in the numerical pad, it will take you to the camera. Press 0, no? Type 0 and it will immediately switch to camera point of view. Uh, yeah. So now when I just use the middle mouse button, it will immediately go out of the camera view and it will show the perspective, user perspective. User perspective means where you can model. For that you are using this viewport. It is not for rendering. You are using this user perspective for modeling, animation, or whatever, texturing, all that we are using. But when it comes to finishing, after all finishing all the modeling or whatever, then you will have to render it. For that render, we have to create a camera and then press 0 in the numerical pad. It will switch to camera. Now you want to do something with the camera, but whenever I do press middle mouse button, it is just going out of the camera and going to perspective. Now do you see the difference? Camera's perspective here on the top, it is written camera's perspective. When I press middle mouse button, it changes to user perspective. See there, Now it has become user perspective. So yeah, so how to be in the camera's perspective only and do the that is changing the angle all that I want to do inside the camera perspective. So how to do that is I will press N in the keyboard and then go to the third column or third tab. I will switch on this camera to view. This checkbox I am going to switch on. Once I switch on that, you see what is happening. I am pressing middle mouse button. It is not going out of the. That is, it is not switching to user perspective. It is remaining inside the camera perspective only, and we are able to change the angle of the house, how the house should be looked at. So like this, I am just keeping the angle like this. Okay, fine. Right. Like this, I keep. Right. Now I want this. This is called field guide. What you are seeing now, this is called field guide. See, this is called field guide. This orange color line is called field guide. So inside what you are seeing is field, and this orange color line is field guide. It will guide you. Yeah, field guide. Yeah. Right now, I want to see this field guide little more scaled up. So how to do that? I'll go back there and switch off the camera view, this checkbox, and just use the scroll mouse button to zoom in. It will uh, make the field guide bigger. Right now, I will uh, switch on the checkbox, camera to view set checkbox, which is there in the third column in the on the right side. Now I'll press N, yeah, press N and make it inside. Now I can, there is, I can just move it also like this and then switch on. Yeah, yeah. Now I can have a big field guide as well as it is logged also. Field guide is logged. We won't switch to. If I press middle mouse button, it won't switch to user perspective. It will remain in the camera perspective. Okay. Now I don't want to see this surrounding area, which is I want to see only this field, what is inside the field, not outside the field. So for that, what I have to do, I have to select the camera. It is already selected. Now I'll go to cameras properties, cameras data properties, and there we will see viewport display. In that passe part out, there is an option called passe part out. You can see that, yeah, on the down where inside the camera's data properties. If you select the camera, you will see this symbol in the data properties, and when you select that camera's data properties, you will see in the inside the settings viewport display. Under the viewport display, passive part out, you just have to make it 1. See, if I make it 0, yeah, if I make it 0, transparency, make it 1. So only these things you are seeing, only what is inside the field guide we are able to see, so that we can judge easily. So what should be there, and yeah, yeah, yeah. So this is how we should set the camera. Now, okay, the camera is set. Only after doing the camera we should set the light, because based on the view we should set the light. Suppose you are hiring a model, a beautiful lady model, you are going to take a photograph. So you will first set the camera angle where your camera, you will place your camera, the where you are going to place it. So then you will keep the lights. Okay, from this angle, when I see through camera, her face side should be lit up, not the front. Like that, you will decide something. So based on that, yeah, from that angle you will decide something, and then keep the lights accordingly. Same way here also, we should keep the camera, set the camera, and then we should set the light. So what I will do, I will go to, I will take a light. So before that, I have to change it to material preview. Right. I think there is no light. Yeah, the light is there. So let's go and see. See, when I press 0, it will switch to camera's perspective and user perspective. Shuffle. Yeah. So both are different. User perspective is different. Camera's perspective is different. And when I press 1, it goes to front orthographic, top orthographic, right orthographic. Press 0, it will go to camera perspective. Again press 0, it will go to user. That is, if you just press middle mouse button, it will become user perspective, like that. Right. Now, so light is there. We have to find where the light is. Is here. Now let's change the light to some sun. Um, Switch to material properties, and the light is not showing up its effect. It's because we have to increase the values. Yeah, this much we don't need. So let it be warm for this. So I can change it. Fine. So we have set the light texturing. When you are doing that is when you are doing it privately, you can do the texturing for whatever the models have given you. You can just for one object I will show you. uh, See, yeah, sir, I have selected this wall object or front wall. I will choose. I have to, before I have to, if I want to texture, do any texture, I have to do UV unwrapping also. So I'll before that I have to do at least all transforms or scale. All that is scale, change the, that is apply that scale at least, not the all transforms. Right now, I'll go into UV editing mode and then switch on the sync and go to front viewport on the right side. Press project from view. So now we have got the this thing. So now whatever texture you are going to apply now, it will come nicely. See, UV unwrapping is done. So what we used is project from view. We used in the front orthographic view. We have to do this project from view. That is project from viewport. So same thing you can do for other objects, and then whatever texture you are going to apply, it will come nicely like a hot cake. It will come. Suppose, for example, if you are downloading a brick textures wall, okay, only brick textures should be there. Brick, it should be a ready-made texture. Otherwise, you will have to go to Photoshop and cut something. You will have to do. So somehow you have to find only the texture, or I will give you the texture that you can just apply it. Yeah, yeah. So like that, for these things we can apply some material, some color you can apply. For these things we don't need a texture. You can just apply a material only. For roof, you can apply a material. For land, that is for the cement floor, I will you can apply some texture. Go to UV editing module and then like this, as you like this you can. So again it will, once you do UV unwrapping, yeah, it will, whatever texture you are going to apply, it will easily get applied. It will get like a hot cake will get applied. So for this one, for ground we don't have to do, it's already UV unwrapping is ready. only for this one maybe. So all transforms, select smart object and then fine. So I will send you this file. Assets house, I will say house version 1, apply texture. Yeah, so let's do that. You can just load it to your blender. Uh, is dot blend file. Fine. Okay. So I've sent you. I will tell you when you can. I will tell you when to download it. Huh? So yeah, yeah. Right. Now we are going to set the camera. That is, camera is set, but still, uh, see, suppose no, like I want to do depth of field. I think you once asked. I think depth of field is, it's called depth of field simulation. They call it. Depth of field. It's a nice uh, effect we can create using the depth of field. So yeah, yeah. For that, I will just create like some flower or something you need. Okay, okay. I will show you in the process how to create a like some text. Okay, so add. I'm going into add text and then typing some text. I go to top view. Now I can see the text. You can see that text is there. See, once I say, yeah, once I go to add text, no, it will easily create. In Blender it's so easy, they have made it so easy. So what I have to do now, if I see text is there in object mode, it is. If I want to type something of my own, no, I have to uh, go into edit mode. See, now it is showing this icon, this indigo color stick kind of thing is there. See, in word pad and all we see, no? Like that, yeah. So now I can type like Yajna, like that I will type, or I'll type Australia, something like that. Right. Or I'll type mountain, mountain, yeah, mountain house, something. Right. Now, if you see it has come up, we'll go into uh, yeah, the shade mode. We can see that, right? Now I want to have a depth for it. See, on the right side, whenever you take an object, you will, there is, if I create a camera, no, you will see its object properties and object data properties. For any object, you will see on the right side object properties. There is this one. This is object properties, and this is object data properties. So yeah, yeah, there you will see what its nature is. There is, this is a kind of, this is a font, so it is showing the font symbol in the object data properties. Now in that, yeah, in that data properties I can decide the the font, what type of font I want. So inside that you can just easily, you can just go there and white color folder icon you can choose. It takes time. You cannot see actually. Yeah. So now I have changed the some font Adobe Arabic bold italic, like that I have chosen the font. Yeah, yeah. Now I can increase the size like this, all that I can do. You can easily explore that. Now uh, I want to create a depth for it. So what I will do is extrude option is there. See, do you see that? See, yeah, you can extrude it. All that you can do. Yeah, you can bevel it. All those options are inside the data properties itself. You have all the options. Font you can change, bevel you can do. See, bevel, under the bevel option you have depth, everything you can change, and then you can do the extrusion also. That is depth, how much depth it should have, all that is called extrude. So like that. Yeah. Now, okay, this is okay for me. Now I just rotate it and keep it. Now I'm going in to take it near the camera. I'm taking it near the camera. I go into top and then just rotate it parallel to the or tangent to the camera and keep it like this. Let's see if in the camera view how it looks. Yeah, the mountain house like that it is showing up. Yeah, now, yeah, something like that. Some word I want to use. Right now, uh, now we are going to work on the depth of field. I want the house to be blurred and the mountain should be to be sharp. So how to achieve that? I'll go to the camera and I will tell you one more thing. That is, I told you right. Everything has camera. That is, everything has object properties, object data properties. So you see, when I select the camera, it is showing the camera icon in the object data properties, right? Yeah. So what we saw till now is object properties and object data properties, object properties and object data properties. Now one more thing I will tell you. See, there is something called scene properties. See, there is something called scene properties. You can see that. If you want, I'll just maximize it. But still, it will show up small value. This scene properties is very important. Why? Because whenever you are going to do some exterior walkthrough, all that, you have to decide the units here. That is, if I go to just top view, you are seeing these squares, right? Squares, yeah, all are squares, right? So they are what units they belong to. Here it is saying, yeah, here it is saying metric unit system. So meters, it is calculated in meters. If you want to change the unit system to from meters to centimeters, also you can change. Or yeah, like that. Generally, by default, it will be in meters. Yeah. So in that same scene properties, you will see this camera name also. Yeah, camera long shot like that is. So this is very important. If I just click in that field, you will not see any other camera because there is only one camera in the scene now, as per now. So sometimes we may be using multiple cameras, huh? So at the at the time we should come to scene properties and we'll have to work on that. That is, we have to choose the second camera, then we have to choose the third camera, like that we will have to do. So now three things you are noting down. One is whenever for any element in the blender, mesh, or light or camera or font or anything, you will see two properties. One is object properties, object data properties. So when for example, when you select the camera, I have selected the camera. So in the object data properties, you will see a camera. If I select the font, if I select the text, I will see a font symbol in the data properties. If I say select the light, I will see a light symbol in the data properties. So that is very important. Right. Now I'm going to the data properties. There we are seeing focal length, and then um, clip start end, all that is there. This clip start end is very important. See, if I type, well, see, if I type in the end clip start end some 20, you see everything is hidden. Now, now I will increase the end, clipping end. You see what is happening? Yeah, this is called clipping. Clipping means cutting, right? Clip. Microseconds. What is it? So, sorry, I'm not aware of. Uh-huh. One. No, I want to show you the depth of field. Then I can come to you. Depth of field also I want to show you. Right. Now we are going to the depth of field. So for which we have created this mountain house font, and in the background this house is there. All that. Right. Now I'm going to switch on the depth of field in the camera settings. Where it is? It's inside the camera data properties. All these lens, clip start end, depth of field, all these areas are inside the even the passe part out, all these things are inside the camera data properties. Right. Yeah. Now I'm switching on the depth of field. We are seeing nothing. There is no change and all. Right. Now let me switch on this limits. You are seeing on the right side viewport display limits is there. So I'll just switch on. You see some crosshair you will show. It will show up. Means what? See, whenever you want to switch to user perspective, you have to press back the zero, numerical pad 0, so that it will switch to camera to perspective, camera to user, user to perspective. User means user view is for you to model all that. Camera is for render. Right. So now you are seeing this. When I switched on this limit, you are seeing this small this crosshair or locator, a plus symbol kind of thing is appearing. This symbol is appearing. So where this symbol in the 3D space, you can see it here. It is somewhere in the distance. It's very far. Okay, so I want to bring it near it. So how to bring it? I'll go to here only, and then now this is called f-stop. Okay, you are seeing f-stop. We just have to adjust and then try to bring the change, so that first we have to bring the blurriness. It will show the blurriness, but we have to adjust um, the focus distance, all that. Yeah. Let's go to here and then. So increase the, you can see here when I change the values in the focus distance, this thing is moving. So let's see, let's keep it here. And then now let's adjust. For that we have to go to rendering mode. Before that we have to save because sometimes it will get crashed. So I will save it as increment. Yeah, version 2. Yes. Now I'll switch to rendered mode. Uh, Now I'm going to adjust the f-stop. I'll tell you what is f-stop. Now you can see it is blurred. Yeah, picture. Yeah. Well, good, like, there is f-stop 2.8 is the starting actually. So it goes in. Okay. But in Blender, oh, great. But in Blender, it's like you can go very no. That is, you can go less than that also. But they are considering like in the regular classes in Blender, no? The regular syllabus of the. They are considering 2.8 as a minimum. Maybe as you said, no, we can go below that also, and till 25 or something we can go. So now when I place this limit, no, this you are seeing in the limits is on, yeah, and when you switch on the limits, you can also like you can see where you can place this limit. So how to place this limit is focus distance. See this, do you see that? Right. Yeah. So this focus distance I have placed it on the font. So the font is sharp. Okay. Yeah. Now other things are like if I increase or decrease the f-stop, no, you will see the effect that it is blurred. Now if I see, that is very well because you have done the photography. Uh, when you bring your hands so close to your eyes, it will become blur, and when you take it far away also it will become blur. So there is a mid range where it is sharp, and there is a really a point in the between, in the middle, it is really sharp. So like that we will have to calculate. Yeah. So I'm not bringing this limit, this focus distance too much near ourselves, so that because it becomes too blur. So I'm just taking it and going to and keeping it near the mountain house, this font, so that the mountain house will be sharp and the rest of the things will be blurred. Like that. And we have the ratio also. If you want to exaggerate the blurriness, you can do that. See, it is like too much exaggerated. Like, so the lesser you put the value, the more blurred it will become. So the ratio is like, it is like contrasting. Suppose you have uh, uh, you have a photo, and that photo, that image you are loading in the Photoshop software, and then you are going for the contrast option. In that contrast option, you are just increasing the contrast values too much. What will happen? Darker areas will become more dark, brighter areas will become more bright. The contrast is same way here also. When you reduce the ratio, the more the blur, that which is blur becomes more blur, and the sharper will become a little sharper. That effect it is creating. Yeah. So default is 2, I think, or 1 is okay, I think. Yeah. So these blades are like, you must be knowing, I think. Blades are for whenever you want. That is, you would have seen this Dil Se movie, I think. Dil Se movie, first shot. Shah Rukh Khan's, yeah. In that, there is one guy, one Malu guy is a cinematographer. Santosh Sivan, his name, Santosh Shivan. So Santosh Shivan is a cinematographer and director. Yeah. Director also, and he did. In Tamil, he did one movie about Rajiv Gandhi's assassination. First movie, I think. Yeah. Then he did a Malayalam movie and some Malayalam movies also he did, and then he did Ashoka, Hindi movie. Shahrukh, yeah, 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 yeah. So he's a good director, but somehow he didn't. As a director, he couldn't come out well. So his cinematography was so nice, and in that movie, first shot will be like so blurred. The distance, a jeep will be coming. It was shown as if it was shot in Jammu and Kashmir, but it is not so. It was shot in somewhere in. It was shot in Chennai only. Chennai. Maniratnam's movie it is. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it doesn't go much outdoor. Yeah, yeah. Train shot is there, but this is what I'm talking about. Is first shot. First shot in the in the movie itself. Yeah, yeah. In that, a jeep will be coming and it will be so blur. And that blur, they call it bokeh or something. I don't know how to spell it. Bokeh or KY something. Yeah? So they call it. It's like I think it's someone's name. I think so. They are calling it. So whenever you blur it, no, using these blades means layers. You will see some hexagons. Yeah, blur. When you do blurring, when you do sharpening the nearest thing and blurring the distant thing, you will see some hexagons, circles, all that. So you can change it to circles and hexagons also. So that is the option they have given here in the blender in the blades. So if you keep it in 3, it will be like hexagon or little squarey. But if you increase it, it will become a circle like that. Sometimes you will need it when you are really like when you want to bring some mood, no, seeing your some short, small, it may be a small shot in your short movie or something, but this will be of much help. But only thing you have to try it with not heavy scenes. That is not like this. It will be like you will have to do so much effort. Like takes time. Sometimes it may crash. All that. So you have to keep some series of cubes or something, and then try this. Try to understand what is this depth of field inside the blender. Like that you can try. Maybe that also I will show you. Yeah, yeah. So this is the values we have kept. Mountain, house, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, and Blender has one more thing which doesn't, which is not there in the reality. Focus on object. See, I can select some object and focus. I can choose if I have. I'll try to select this fence. See, these fence objects are now in sharp. There is I can how this generally, if you see, no, how this depth of field simulation is working. It is based on the distance. As I told you, what nearest when you bring the object, it will become blur, and farthest also becomes blur. In between there is a range which will be sharp. So if I show you in that thing, in the inside the cameras fall off, this cameras fall off field. See, uh, so this portion is sharp. Apart from this and this one, these portions are blurred and these portions are blurred. So it is based on the distance from the camera it is. But when it comes to this focus on object, no, yeah, right. Yeah. When it comes to focus on object, it doesn't matter what distance where the camera is. It will show. It will continue to show the object we have chosen as sharp one. Yeah, yeah. It will be very helpful when you are doing some like uh, suppose your uh, suppose a bike is someone is riding a bike and you are keeping the camera still. There is in the 3D inside the blender I'm saying. So the bike, the character on the bike will be riding and it is going far and far away from the bike. So you don't want to show anything else, other things you want to make it blur, slightly blur, and only that the girl which is who is there behind the person who is riding in the bike, and she is looking at you, the camera. And even from the far you should, there is when the bike is going far away also, you should be able to, you must show the lady's, the girl's face which is turned towards you, her eyes, all that. It should be clear, as even at least to maximum extent it should be clear. So in that case you can choose that girl as the focus on object here. If that girl character is there, no, here in the list what I'm showing, you can choose that. So only the girl object will be sharp, irrespective of how much distance it is from the camera, all that. So irrespective of distance, you will continue to show the particular object or particular character sharp, and all other will be blurred, like that. So that kind of effect also we can bring here, which is very rare actually. We don't have such situation. Only we will use this depth of field based on the distance only. Whatever I want to show, I will show. That is, suppose I want to show this house sharp and the mountain house blurred, so I can just reduce this one like this, and yeah, you can just adjust this one. You can go and place the limit. See, this limit has to travel and reach here. So I'll just type some nice value here, 90 or something, so that it still has not reached 200. 150, 120. Okay, fine. So this limit is inside this house. You can see that inside the house. Yeah, yeah. So now let me try. See, now the mountain house has become blurred. See, yeah. So like this we have to. So our key is here the focal distance, the limit we have to switch on in the viewport display and then keep it there. Huh? This is how the depth of field we are able to achieve the general depth of field. Uh, yeah, yeah. So this scene file I will send. I think let's send. Sorry.